Why One Punch Man Season 3 looks so bad. One Punch Man went from having some of the best animation in TV history to having fans begging for the old team back. Season 1 was legendary, Season 2 stumbled, Season 3, well, let's talk about why it looks the way it does and why it was almost doomed before production even started. What made Season 1 so good? It wasn't just well animated, it was a perfect storm. Directed by Shingo Natsume, animated by a dream team of freelance Sakuga specialists, backed by Madhouse when they still had insane action talent, a long production schedule, a team that genuinely wanted to flex. This wasn't normal. Season 1 didn't look so good because of Madhouse alone. It looked good because of the exact people working there at the exact time. When that team left, Season 1 couldn't be repeated. Not by Madhouse, not by anyone. Why the series switched studios? People think Madhouse was replaced, but that's not what happened. After Season 1 blew up, the production committee wanted Season 2 fast, but Madhouse's elite staff, including Natsume, were busy on other projects. Madhouse said, "We can't do Season 2 unless you wait." The committee said, "We're not waiting." So they moved to JC Staff, one of the few studios with open schedule time. Not because they were better, because they were available. This choice haunted the series. Why Season 3 took so long? Here's the crazy part. Even though JC Staff was chosen because they could work fast, Season 3 still took years. Why? JC's staff's schedule got overloaded. They took on too many shows at once, dozens a year. The Monster Association arc is huge. It's one of the most action-heavy arcs in any shonen series. Animating it properly would take a massive team, which JC Staff doesn't have. Staff turnover plus a lack of A-tier freelance animators. The elite freelancers who worked on Season 1 don't work with JC Staff, and many won't touch rushed productions. COVID-era production chaos. Remote work hit some studios harder than others, JC Staff included. So even with all that extra time, the production wasn't getting better, it was just getting later. Why the animation looks so bad? The key reason Season 3 doesn't look great is simple. The budget is much smaller than you think. Shonen anime doesn't get Hollywood level budgets, and because One Punch Man's manga sales aren't explosive anymore, the committee plays safe. JC Staff doesn't specialize in high intensity action. They're a consistent studio, but they're not a Sakuga powerhouse like Mappa or Bones. No huge names on the animation team. Season 1 had animators who worked on Mob Psycho 100, Naruto, Full Metal Alchemist, Dragon Ball Super, The Big Fights. Season 3 had a solid staff, but no all-star roster. Rushed production schedule. Even with the delay, the studio had less time than needed to animate the Monster Association arc properly. Heavy reliance on digital shortcuts, sliding frames, limited animation, reused cuts, simplified backgrounds. This is what happens when time and staff are limited. Why the budget is low? You'd think One Punch Man makes big money, but not really. Here's how animation funding works. Most profits go to the production committee. Publishers, toy companies, distributors, they take the majority. Studios like JC Staff get only a small fixed fee. Manga sales over anime profits. Anime mostly exists to sell manga and merch. If the manga isn't exploding like Demon Slayer or JJK, the committee won't invest blockbuster money. Season 1 didn't translate to long-term sales growth. Season 1 was massive, but it didn't create the same merch boom that big shonens rely on. So the committee keeps budgets low, which means fewer animators, which means less time, which means Season 3. So why does One Punch Man Season 3 look so rough? The dream team that made Season 1 is gone. JC Staff isn't built for mega action Sakuga. The Monster Association arc is massive, the budget isn't high, and because the production committee wants the show cheap, fast, and marketable. Animation just is an art, it's an industry, and One Punch Man is the perfect example how production problems can punch harder than Saitama. If you want more deep dives in the anime production, let me know. I got studio secrets.